Okay, I'm about 55 minutes out of the trailhead, and I'm at the wilderness boundary. All right, I've been hiking for an hour and 11 minutes, and I'm about 3 miles in, I think. This is the junction in Miller Park. Miller Lake is this way, and then I'm continuing on this way. And here's the obligatory pano of Miller Park. Okay, so what we have here is an unofficial, unsigned junction. This piece ahead is the main trail, and it heads on up to Photographer's Point, and then to a signed junction with the Miller Sweeney Lakes Trail. This here, which doesn't look like much, is the Photographer's Point bypass trail. So if you want to bypass Photographer's Point, which saves you probably about a half a mile and some elevation, that's the way you go. And it will rejunction with this main trail at that signed junction with the Miller Sweeney Lake Trail. And that's the way I'm going. Okay, here's our signed junction on the other side of the Photographer's Point bypass trail. That's the main trail coming in from here, and then it continues on up to Eklund Lake, which is maybe 4/10 of a mile. And then this trail coming in from the right here is the Miller Sweeney's Lake Trail. This little tarn here is a good place to get water early in the season. As you can see, it's pretty low now. And here we go. Always a pretty shot in here. Almost as nice as Photographer's Point, but not quite. That peak there is Fremont Peak. And I always forget this. There's another one, Sacagawea Peak, and I think it's that one, but it might be one of those two. Wow, that's an even better one. What a day, what a glorious day up here this is turning out to be. Wow. Well, good morning. It is Saturday, September 27th, 2025. If you haven't guessed, I'm back in the winds, the Wind River Range. The plan today, I'm on a day hike in here. I'm day hiking over here. This is day one of what I hope to be, if the weather holds tomorrow, a two-day hikes with a second trip somewhere else. The plan today is to fish for golden trout. This lake has them. Not the case today, partly because I've really hydrated, done a good job on hydration, and instead of carrying a 40-pound backpack, I'm carrying a very light day pack of about 10 pounds. So between those two things, I'm feeling pretty good. And it took me about 2 hours and 15 minutes to get in here. It's about 5¼ miles from the trailhead if you use the bypass. And so I'm good till about 3:30, and then I'll have to leave. So this is one of those high risk, high reward trips. It's high risk because Goldens can be very, very difficult to catch. Over here, there's deeper water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try 2 or 3 different techniques today to see if I can catch one. Other than that, as far as people, I was surprised. There's probably about 15 cars at the trailhead this morning, and I saw, I don't know if they were backpackers. It's pretty early. It was like 8:30. They were on their way out, 3 of them, but they didn't look like they were carrying big backpacks. So I'm not sure what was going on. They said they had a plane to catch. And then I was surprised, coming out of Miller Park, I was surprised by 2 trail runners. And I've been in here 3 times in the last 14 months, and the one constant in this particular area with that main Pole Creek Trail is all 3 times I've had trail runners come up behind me, and you know, my hearing's not so great, and you can't hear them until they're right in back of you, and they scare me to death. But it's it's a popular trail for trail running. So anyway, those are the only people I've seen. Looks like I got the lake all to myself, so I really hope I can catch a golden. So we'll see. More to come. Okay, so I'm rigged up. I brought a spare spool with my Dye 7 sinking line in here, but it was just a spool, so I'm limited to 1 reel, which means I'm limited to 1 rod. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm rigged up. I've got my 7-weight rigged up with a floating fly line, a 10-foot Rio indicator leader that I've attached about a 5-6 foot section of 4X tippet to, and a strike indicator. And then I'm using 2 flies. I'm going to hang 2 nymphs under a strike indicator. The point fly, which is the top fly, is a balanced scud. It's a balanced, fast sinking scud. And then the dropper, the top dropper, which is it's about 4 to 5 feet above the point fly, is a zucchini chironomid. The Clearwater version of the zucchini. And the rule is the brightest fly always goes on top. So I'm gonna hang these under an indicator and fish that way for a while. And hopefully I'll have some success with this. If not, I'll try something else. All right, it's 11 o'clock. I'm ready to start fishing. I'm rigged up. I've positioned myself around some deep water here, and so I'm going to hang these 2 nymphs and see if I can catch a fish. The first thing we've got to do is we've got to set our depth. So I've got this weight, this clip-on weight, rigged up to the point fly, and all you do is, I need to probably pull out some line here, but toss it out. And what you're looking for is you want the point fly to be about 1 to 2 feet off the bottom. And so ideally, there's caddis. That's something I need to take note of. We got caddis moving. So anyway, what should happen is the strike indicator should be 1 to 2 feet below the surface there. It's not, so it means the strike indicator is set too high. So what we've got to do is we've got to reposition the strike indicator a little bit. Okay. And then, uh-oh. And then we toss it out again. All right, now you see, if you're looking there, what you see is the strike indicator's just below the surface. So we're close. So I need to put it down a little bit more. And I believe that will be just about right, but we'll throw it out there again just to show. So what's critical about this technique is you absolutely have to get the depth right. That's the critical piece. You got to get your depth right, especially with these Goldens, because they like to cruise. They like to cruise deep. So there we go. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Still might be a touch high, but it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's probably good. All right, so now we're ready to fish. We just got to get the weight off, clean the point fly, and we should be ready to go. And then, as I work my way around the lake, I need to check this. Okay, so we're good here. So I need to check, as I work my way around the lake, I'll have to recheck the depth setting, a few times. So, all right, here we go. Now, this is, we're at the end of September here, so the food sources, there's a lot less food sources now for these fish. And, most of the most of the hatches are done. It's interesting, I did see some caddis here flying around. There's one there. And so what there is in the late season like this, there is a fall caddis. There's actually a fall caddis that's a lake-dwelling caddis, and it's on Cosmicus is the genus, and it's the giant late summer sedge, and they're they can be a 10 or a 12, although I'm thinking in the high country a 12, maybe even a 14 is probably more like it. So I'm seeing these caddis here, and I'm wondering if that's what we've got, and I've never run into those really before, so that might be something to keep my eye on. But again, as far as food sources go, not a lot of food sources left this time of year, so the fish are kind of concentrated on, like scuds, chironomids, and maybe leeches, if there's leeches in this lake. I know in the one, the middle lake is down here, it's not even half a mile, it's probably 3/10 of a mile, and that lake has leeches in it. This one I'm not sure about. So anyway, we'll see what happens here. These fish can be, like I said, they can be very difficult to catch. So hopefully there will be a video of me having one in the net. We'll see. So the bad news is I haven't hooked fish yet. The good news is I've seen some, and they're cruising. They're fairly shallow. They're cruising right along this drop off here. I actually had one as I was pulling in to recast. I actually had a little one slash at the fly, and I've seen I think 3 or 4 fish. Oh, come on. That is not what I wanted to do here. Well, I'm telling you, when I need to make a good cast. Alright, let's try this again here. Yeah, I've seen a few fish. Most of them have been little guys, but here just a minute ago, I did see one right off this rock here. It was about 12 inches. So they're in close. And the fact that I haven't had a grab, it may mean they don't want a static presentation. So I'm going to give this a few more minutes, and then if that doesn't work, if I don't have any grabs, what I'll do is I'll remove the strike indicator, and I'll probably put on a smaller scud and lengthen the leader a little bit, and then just do some straight line nymphing and see if that might be a little bit better approach if these fish are acting like this. Hey, I got a golden, and it's a decent fish. Yeah. I had a grab out here a minute ago, and oh, not all at once. He's all right. He's probably about 12, maybe a little bit bigger. And he took the scud, took the balanced scud. So the big thing that we've got to do here is I've got to get over to my net without tripping, because I definitely don't want to lose this fish. And then the other thing I want to do, because I'm an idiot, is get my phone so I can take another picture of him. All right, so let's go down here and see if he's ready to come in. He may not be ready yet. That's a decent fish. All right, buddy. Oh yeah, he's nice. So this I don't know. This is either a 3 or a 4-year-old. I don't remember if it was stocked last year. It's on a 2-year schedule. Come on, bud. This is a male. All right. I need to show this fish to you because he's gorgeous. Yeah, there he is. Water's nice and cold. Here we go. That's your golden trout. And I have another one. This one's not quite as robust as the other one, but still it's decent. Oh, watch your footing, Mark. I've missed 2 others in here. So, yeah, these fish, the water's nice and cold. It's colder than I thought it would be. So, yeah, these fish are You know, it's definitely fall. Golden trouts, you know, a lot of people like to fish real early in the year for them, right after ice out. Another good time is, another good time is obviously if you can, is like this in the fall, right before the high country closes. If you can get in here. Come on, buddy. There we go. All right. And another happy customer. This one's a little on the skinny side, but still. All right. I got another one. Yep, got another one. I got him on the reel this time, which is nice. I'm over off this little point, and yeah. Easy does it. Trying to get me into the rocks. I get it. I get it. Yep, there we go. This is a decent fish too. Oh, not yet, he says. Not yet. Come on. I had him. I had a perfect chance, and here we go. This is another decent fish. Yeah. Whoa, baby. All right. Okay. This is another night. This is about 13, 14 inches. Back you go. There you go. Well, it's a little bit before 1. I'm just finishing up eating a little bit of lunch. And I've caught and released 3, missed a couple of others. They're all in the 12 to 14 inch range. One of them was a little on the skinny side. The other 2 were nice fish. The water's cold. It's been a good day, 3 Goldens. I still got a couple more hours left, but these fish can be very hard to catch, and I don't know that I've ever caught 3 Goldens out of a lake. On streams in the Sierras, you can catch 20 of them without moving 50 feet, but in the lakes they can be difficult to catch. They're early and late season is the best, and this is the late season. So one thing I do need to do is I need to shorten my leader. I need to shorten my leader by about 1 to 2 feet, and because I've basically got the strike indicator down on the first tropper, because the water's not quite as deep as I thought. So yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick and get back to fishing, and I want to fish that point some more because there's some good looking water over there. Very nice, super nice day up here. Tomorrow there's supposed to be some moisture moving in. Last I checked this morning, 30% chance. Supposed to be a little cooler. If that 30% chance holds, I'm going to go to another lake. My plan is to fish another lake that's at a lower elevation, that has a bunch of different species in it. And so about a 3-mile hike, so I'm hoping the weather holds. But I'm going to just tell you that take a look around, because 3 to 4 more days, there's a trough coming in, and 3 to 4 more days there's going to be snow up here. So for me, this is probably it for the this weekend's probably it for the high country fishing for the season. But I don't know, you know, depending on what the weather does next weekend, it might be hikeable again, depending on how much snow dumps in here and what the weather conditions are for next weekend. But nice day up here. Nice day up here. Maybe one of the last ones. All right. Maybe another happy customer. Once again, I don't have my net ready. Boy, this one ran like a freight train. Whoa, there we go. This is a nice fish too. So one of the things I did is I reset, you know, I cut about a foot and a half off the leader and re-rigged. Boy, this guy's fighting too. He's really fighting. It's a muscular fish. Yeah, baby. You know what's weird? Goldens normally jump. None of them have jumped today. Not that I'm complaining. These guys kind of up here, they kind of fight like cutthroats of all things. They shake their heads and... Alright, let's see if we can get him in here. Alright, let's release him. He's a nice fish. Spunky. About 14, 15 inches. Back you go. Okay, it's 3 p.m. Saturday, September 27th. I'm headed out. I ended up catching and releasing 4. Not a fantastic day for Goldens, but a decent day for Goldens, because these fish can be hard to catch. I've got a climb up here of about 300 feet, and then it's all downhill after that. So, departing shot, really nice day up here. Really thankful that I got in here. Didn't have one bit of issue with the altitude. Not at all. And this lake is 10,000 feet, and that the top of that saddle up there is about 10.3. So, yep, nice day. What a pretty lake this is. Just a pretty lake. No real towering peaks, but just a pretty lake. Pretty mountains. Yep, pretty mountains.